Hey, what's up everyone? How's everyone feeling today? This is Mark Perry back at you with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about what's your niche in real estate. What is your niche in real estate? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's dive right in. So when we talk about niche, we're saying all different type of aspects because, in real estate, you have multiple niches, and we're going to talk about a little bit of those because in this video, I want you guys to get kind of clear or maybe get some ideas and take this home and be like, okay, which niche am I interested in? And keep in mind, in any of these niches, whether it's big or small, you still don't need any money out the pocket. You have to get that mindset that I don't need money to buy real estate, my own money, or I have to have the capital in the bank. You don't need that. You just have to be educated and understand that you can get these deals done with little or to no money. So we're gonna go into a few of them. So the first one is wholesaling. Wholesaling, we're gonna talk about that in a moment. The second one is fix and flip. Buying a house cheap, selling at a high price, that's fix and flip. The other one is land development. Understanding land, understanding zoning, understanding commercial zoning, residential zoning, understanding land when you're buying land. The other one is office buildings. So do you want to invest in commercial office buildings? Do you want to buy office buildings where you can lease them, do triple net leases and so forth? The fifth one is apartments. Apartment buildings to be exact. Apartment complexes. Do you want to invest in multifamily apartment buildings where you can add value and increase value? The sixth one is mobile home parks. Be able to find mobile home parks and invest in mobile home parks to where you can buy these parks and own the land and have the tenants on the mobile homes pay for lot rents. The seventh one is self-storage. You want to invest in self-storage where the expenses are 35 to 40% low, high climate control with some units, some not, great value add opportunities. And the eighth one is retail. Retail and investing into let's say if it's McDonald's or let's say if it's, Burger King, invest into retail properties. Let's say if it's a mobile, Sprint store, and it's a retail place to where it has, like, let's say if it has McDonald's there, the Bank of America, the retail store, they have the Sprint store there. So that's more retail where you can do like triple net leases on them. So the goal for this is to really figure out which one you're interested in. And the goal is to really be good at which one you're interested in. Because each one of these niches, each one of them have different techniques and different strategies of how you need to buy them, and what investors are paying for on these properties. So let's say, for instance, with land development from a wholesale, if you wholesale a property, you put it on a contract and you got to buy this property at 40, 30% on the dollar, then you might not get that on land. You might just only need to buy land at 60 or 70%. So you want to be able to know what loan to value or investors or buyers are buying these at, and then you can go ahead and implement it. And also, there are different type of buyers. So when you're wholesaling, a lot of times when you're wholesaling residential, which I'll say residential single homes. So when you're wholesaling residential, you're selling these properties to investors that are, fix and flippers or landlords for the most part. When you're buying a wholesale deal, you're selling to investors that are fix and flippers on properties. But when you're selling land development, you're dealing with a different type of investor because this investor is probably raising money. He's an investor, but he's on a different scale than an investor. Like, if you found a land for $5 million and, you have this developer, they got to buy the land and they got to raise the money for the $5 million. So it's a different type of investor. It's not like a single family home investor that buys multiple properties. The land developer is going to be the people that's going to come in, buy the land, make sure it's shovel ready, and they're going to develop on that land. So they're going to be a different type of investor, just as well as an office building investor from a land investor. They're just going to be two different investors, and their numbers are going to be different. Some might buy at 60%, some might buy at 80%, some might buy at 70%, some might just see the triple net value and see what they can get the NOI to. Some might just buy it on turnkey for long term. So it really just depends on what your investors are looking for. But I think the most important part about this whole thing when it comes to, self-storage, mobile home parks, and all these things, and there's other things as well. I just have to put them on the board, but there's other things. The key to this whole thing is like, okay, I need to learn one or two of these things and stick to that. Learn one or two of these and just stick to it. Don't get over yourself with office building. Let's say if you want to learn fix and flip and wholesaling only for right now. Don't worry about land development, office building, self. Don't worry about those, because if an opportunity comes to you, you wouldn't know if it's an opportunity because you don't understand the numbers. If you try to put the numbers together, you want them to send you something, let's say a rent roll or T12, you might not know what you need to buy this for or what you need to buy this for to wholesale it. So that's the reason why understanding and getting educated and understanding what buyers are buying stuff for is very, very important. So that's the reason why if you want to start where most people start is wholesaling and fix and flip. Most people do start there, but I've seen a lot of people start in these areas too, mobile home parks, self-storage, apartment buildings where they never did fix and flip wholesaling before. See, right now I'm in this room. I'm in wholesaling, apartments, mobile home parks, self-storage. See, I know about these. I don't know too much about land development. I don't know too much about office buildings. I don't know too much about retail space just because I haven't experienced those. And I'm only going to talk about what I experienced. So from apartment buildings, from wholesaling houses to fix and flips, got experience in that. And for mobile home parks, I got experience in that. And for self-storage, I got experience in that. So those are the categories I am. So if somebody sends me a deal, I know exactly what I need to underwrite this for to see if it's a good deal or not, to where I can present it to my investor if I want to wholesale it to them or either partner up with them on the deal. So that's what's important. But I had to understand that when I was really out there just getting information from other people, but also being in there and just understanding how the numbers work. What are people buying self-storages for? Are they using a rule of thumb of 50% expenses? Are they using 40, 35%? You know, what are they looking for in self-storages? Where is the value at in self-storages? You know, what about the market? So just understanding these things, and once you get a deal, now you can present that deal to your investor if it's a good opportunity. But you'll never know if it's a good opportunity if you never experienced it or never went through the numbers and understanding what number I need to buy this for to resell it, or what number I need to buy this for to raise money to do a buy and hold on it. So I hope that makes sense. So the key principle to this whole thing is that there's multiple niches, as you can see. Just on here, there's 8 right now. There's multiple niches. But it's not about all these niches. It's about what do you want to do? What do you want to learn? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do all this at once. You're going to be overwhelmed and you're not going to have any deals done. So you can't do all this and think of all this at the same time and try to learn everything at one time. You can't do that. You got to start from somewhere on this and just stick to it until you get successful at it. And then when you get more and more successful at it, you're going to be more confident and to go into another field or invest into another opportunity when you find other connections. So that's why it's important to understand which one am I good at, which one would I like to use, and then let me just get really focused on that one. Home in on it. You know, if it's wholesaling, focus on wholesaling. Build your capital up, and then if you want to build your capital up, you can be a passive investor into a mobile home park or an apartment building. You know, if you can build your capital up from here to here, and you take this capital, so you build your capital up from here to here, you take this capital, so let's say capital, you take this capital and you go invest, a passive investor, either into an apartment building, a mobile home park, or a self-storage. That's what I do. So I will build money up from here, and I'll take this money and I'll go invest, 20 to 40% into one of these assets. And now I have part ownership of these deals. And I might not even ran these deals before, but I have connections with other people that has the experience in these deals that can show me what numbers am I looking for. But pretty much for the most part with self-storage, mobile homes, apartments, a lot of these ones that's already producing income, a lot of the numbers are typically the same when you underwrite numbers, but you have to know what those numbers look like. We gotta know what those look like. And also, do you have a pool of individuals that either you can wholesale this to or you can invest partner on these deals by finding deals. So I hope that this video helps. Let's do a real recap before we jump off there. So you want to focus on one or two things. What I would do if I was you, I'll focus on one or two things, and I'll be good at those things, and then I can maybe move into another direction if I need to be. So just make sure, don't be overwhelmed with all this, because in real estate there's more to it than this. But this is all real estate, and this is all investments, and you have to know your investment. Either you're going to invest passively or you're going to do it actively. You got to know the numbers. You got to be able to put the numbers together and then be able to either resell it or raise the money for that other investor. So I hope that this video helps. Also, as well, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. Hit that little notification button for any other new content that I put out. And also, as well, in the comment section below, if you want me to talk about other things in real estate in general or about the mind in general, definitely put a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I can kind of wrap around there and put something together for the audience to where they can progress and pursue more in their desire. So I hope that this helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.